Hey everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, and well, I found another one. Now, before I get into this particular dig, let me give you a quick backstory. If you have seen the video of the Porsche 356 that we pulled out of our garage in Orange County, that find went wild. Lots of views on that video. Articles went out throughout all the automotive press. Stuff through Car and Driver, stuff through Motor Trend, Hemmings, all sorts of stuff. Photos of that went out there. And along with that came a lot of attention and some great communication with people that had similar cars in garages elsewhere. Now, this is the big payoff for sharing this stuff with the world. Occasionally something falls in your lap. And what I went to chase this past week was something that came to me as a lead through that Porsche 356 video. So, off we go. Let me show you what this car is all about. So roughly 500 miles north of the lab's location, I found myself in Berkeley, California, in a really cool vintage part of town, standing in front of this single car garage and this dusty and gorgeous 1961 Mercedes 190 SL. Now, this car has been in this family pretty much since new by looking at the records. It's been sitting in this garage parked since roughly 1986. There were always dreams of getting this car back on the road, doing a restoration on it, and unfortunately, time and life got in the way, and it just never happened. So the car was put up on blocks here in this garage back in the 1980s, and here it's sat ever since. Now, unfortunately, the garage is a bit moist. This is concrete walls in here. The car is packed in quite tight. It's in a fairly moist part of California, and this garage was basically dug into the hillside, and as a result, moisture got in there and has kind of eaten up some of the paint and provided some, less than perfect storage situation for it. Fortunately, though, it was put up off the ground. I think that helped it a little bit. There is a little rust going on underneath, and I will get in there and take a look at that. But overall, the body itself looks to be pretty solid. It's dusty, it's stinky, and it's been sitting for a very, very long time. But these are wonderful cars. My father had two 190 SLs, one of which my oldest brother owns today. I spent a lot of time as a kid riding in a white 190 SL with my mom at the wheel and my dad as well. Both my brothers drove the white 190 that my family had quite a bit, rock climbing and traveling all over and using that car as basic transportation. I never got a chance to drive the 190 myself, but I did get a chance to drive another 190 that I've done some work on for a client here in the lab. Now, this one here is a bit rough, but it's a wonderful car and it desperately needs rescuing. And this is what I'm all about, snapping these photos, looking at this dusty gem in here and picturing the possibilities of what I can do with this car in getting it back out into circulation and on the road. This is my happy place, looking at these dusty gems like this, and what a spectacular old car. Now, I popped the hood, took a look underneath there. It looks like it is quite complete, which is good. The spark plugs are in it. I did give a little yank on the fan, see if I can get the engine to turn. Doesn't seem like it is, but it may take a little more than that to actually get it to spin. But I think it's time. Let's get this thing out of here. Definitely a happy day. So I backed my trailer on up to the little garage, tried to get as close as I possibly could. I knew that this thing would definitely be stuck in there while it was up on blocks and pressure was off of those wheels. It does seem like the rear wheels don't want to turn, and so that's going to create an issue getting it out. But fortunately, I brought my electric winch that I could hook up to the trailer and tug this thing out of there slowly but surely, and hope that maybe those wheels will break free. Anyway, we shall see. So, with the winch a pull, slowly but surely, the majestic 190 SL Mercedes emerges into the California daylight. This car has been sitting in that garage for 37 years. That's a long, long time for a beautiful automobile to sit. Fortunately, it came without too much trouble. Trying to pull on it from side to side to straighten it out, make it go straight. I put some soft straps over the bumpers, got them mounted there right by the bumper bracket so I could pull things out without doing any damage to the car. It's difficult on the 190 to get down to suspension parts underneath there to pull from lower. So I tested it there on the bumpers and seemed to do it without issue. And after a little bit of effort, sure enough, there it was on the trailer, ready to go. You can see that empty spot where it sat for so long. And here it is, ready for its trip to the Carchaeology labs and a whole new lease on life. It was fun to have a couple neighbors come out that knew that it was in there, but they had never seen it out. It was definitely a historic day for the family as well as for the car itself. So locked and loaded and on the road, 500-mile trip on down the California, length of California to the lab outside of Temecula where I exist today. It was dark by the time I rolled in, but morning was wonderful with the view of the new catch on the trailer. So now it is here the morning after the grand adventure, and the 190 sits upon the trailer here in front of the lab. I came out with my coffee this morning. I started poking around, opened up the trunk, looked at some of the treasures within. It looks like there's some new taillight lenses. There's some extra hubcaps. It looks like the original tool roll is here, which that's going to be fun to look at and see if it's complete. It looks like there's a new water pump in that box right there, so that might be something that needs to be installed. Some other fun little things, a vintage punch-a-ball thing, which is pretty dry. Not going to give it a smack, but still fun to see. Looks like there's a piece of trim that's kind of hiding down in here too. I think that might be the original trim for the top. There's a top boot, actually two top boots. It looks like the original one in blue and then the newer one in black. I've also gone through other boxes of stuff. There are some license plate frames. There's a new hood emblem since the one that's on there is damaged. There's a new fuel pump, factory fuel pump in the original box. Some more pieces there. It looks like a coolant fitting there as well. So it came with a bunch of cool little parts, which is awesome. And I need to go around and clean the thing up, but I wanted to capture it in its as found condition so that I've got that before for the before and after. And I will do another video of cleaning this thing up, certainly, but here it is right here, and I'm pretty thrilled to have it. So it's pretty stenchy inside because it has been sitting in that moist garage for a long time. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of rust that I discovered in the body, mostly in the floors, which are fairly easily replaceable. Doors open and close nice. This surface rust here will be interesting to treat and see what I can get out of that. Again, at the moment, I don't have any plans of restoring the car. I just want to preserve it, see if I can get it up and running as it is, and kind of leave it as a barn find because, well, that's kind of my thing. But the body on this thing is really pretty darn nice, and save for a couple of small dents in the nose. And the top, I think the top should clean up quite well. I think those seats look pretty good. A little seam split on the edge there, but those will clean up nice. That steering wheel will be really fun to scrub. Obviously the material on the top of the dashboard and here on the window edges, those are wasted. Carpet obviously is really bad and nasty, so I may end up replacing some of that. But I really want to just take a sympathetic approach to it, make the best out of what I've got here. And what I've got here is a spectacular little 1961 190 SL. And I could not be more excited to have it here at the lab and to start the love affair once again and relive a little family history with a car from my past. So please follow along and see the progress of this particular car. I want to thank the family members that not only brought me to the car, but allowed me to be the next caretaker as I took my time loading this thing up onto my sketchy trailer. The daughter of the original owner was there, and at the end she said, you know what, my dad would be really happy that you're getting this car. You guys have very much the same sort of attitude towards it. It's obvious that you love it, and love it I do. So wherever he's at up above, I hope he's watching and can see his baby come back to life, something that he always wanted to do but never got around to doing. And the family's going to watch as well, and that's going to be really fun too. So they are still out there, everybody. Keep on digging them up and driving them. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.